Well, hey there, Taurus. Welcome back. We're going to continue our series for the month of November. We're going to do a weekly reading. It should be, around the 8th to the 14th of November 2021, Taurus. So if you're sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Taurus, this might be a reading. We're about halfway through Scorpio season. Again, Scorpio is that sign of purging the emotional depths, usually, right? This could very well be some more looking and introspecting at people, places, and situations, maybe, Taurus, that are or are not contributing to your long-term growth, right? This can be things that you need to cast aside or cut out in order to make room for new. So those are the kinds of energies right now that we're in with Scorpio season. Now, if you want to hang with me to the end of the reading, Taurus, I'm going to actually be doing some reading today from the Yogic Path by Sahara Rose. We're going to get some advice from Spirit, and I'm going to read out of the book. So if that's something that interests you, hang with me to the end of the reading, and we will do that. Without further ado, we're going to get into the tarot message. All right, Taurus. So at the bottom of the decks, we've got this 10 of Pentacles on the main deck, clarified by the overall energy of the 3 of Wands. And that's gorgeous. So this is clearly you taking a really hard look at what is going to bring you to that beautiful 10 of Pentacles. That's that penultimate energy, right? Where you're in a very, very happy, abundant place. So happy family, happy home, work life, partnerships, like anything pretty much that you desire. So this may be you just continuing down this journey about reflecting on what it is exactly that would bring you into that place. So Taurus, this is you. And, again, so Scorpio kind of being your opposing sign. Taurus, what's natural, let's say, what's natural for your energy is to want to hold on to possessions, right? And so nothing wrong with that. You're ruled by the planet Venus, and all of the things that you desire and that you want and that you love that are very near and dear to you, right? And so this is right up your alley this week. I think that the energy that may challenge you is when you do come to a conclusion that there's something that needs to be purged. The challenge is going to be, Taurus, for you to go ahead and make the decision to move on, to move forward. But I do see in the 3 of Wands with you being able to do that. You've made that decision in the 2, and now you're looking out into your environment with a 3, and you're starting to realize what it is that's going to bring you to this 10 of Pentacles. So that's beautiful. So let's get into the reading. We had across the top row the 6 of Swords, into the King of Swords, beautiful, that's mental energy, and into the 4 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. So broadly, we would say we do see you actually this week perhaps being given a situation where you do need to make a decision with the 2 of Pentacles. There definitely are some old, perhaps disappointments, or, perhaps there is a relationship with this 4 of Wands that did not prove to be stable. It could be a case for some Taurians that we've got a partnership, whether it's work or home or family or romantic, right? Where you're sort of reflecting on the past, right? The past that brought you resentments or disappointments, or just pure sadness. And with the 2 of Pentacles, you're having to make some decisions about what to do about that. But what I like at the very front end is the 6 of Swords into the King of Swords. So this shows you becoming very mentally sharp. King of Swords is a great energy because it shows a real maturity in the way that you're thinking about moving forward. And we do see you coming into a 6 right off the bat. And that 6 of Swords is about being in a very balanced, harmonious mental state. And so let's take a look at the story. Under the 6, we had the 6 of Cups. Okay, so 2 6s, 5 of Pentacles, and the Moon. Yeah, I mean, this is all very emotional. The Moon and the 6 of Cups. This is definitely looking at the past, coming out of the past energy where you were in conflict. 5 of Pentacles, where you felt like you were maybe disillusioned. This definitely could be a soulmate type of an energy, or just an old energy, an old relationship, that is an emotional relationship. So this literally could be somebody from your childhood. It could be a person like from family or friends that's like you've been with for a really long time. It could be a partner, it could be, whatever. But it also could just be an idea that you've had, because it is the 6 of Swords. So this is mental. It's how you're thinking about your past. So there's something from your past that is coming up from the depths of your soul, to be honest, with this Moon. It's very deeply rooted in who you are. So this has likely been a pattern, a person, or a situation that's been with you since childhood or since early in life. It could even be a belief that keeps you sort of stuck and spinning around and around in this 5 of Pentacles, where it's whereby, right, the relationships or the situations that you have kept attracting over and over and over again, they start to show you this repeating pattern. And you're really coming into this place where you're kind of thinking about being done with that, or about purging that. There's a kind of mental mastery, right, that in this King of Swords. Yeah, oh, great. So we have the 10 of Pentacles coming out a second time, along with Justice and 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, so I love this. This is you really, really getting clear, Taurus, and really being mature in your ability to adjudicate this situation. Like, you're seeing it very, very clearly. Is this thing going to bring you into a long-term stable connection? Hold on just a minute. Sorry, Taurus, had to grab the door. Okay, so so you're getting really clear about what action you need to take that's going to start to bring you into like a real level-headed place. Once you define what it is that your 10 of Pentacles is, it's like, where do you see yourself? What would bring you happiness? What would bring you abundance? Like, if it's a job that's not paying you correctly, that's easy. 6 of Pentacles, what you're putting in, is it giving you, is it giving back to you, right? And Justice, like, this is all about fairness. Yes, of course, justice can be like having, a legal settlement. It could be. This literally could be where you are going through a divorce, like with a partnership. I mean, certainly, it could be any number of things, but there's definitely a sense of justice and a sense of equality here. I feel like you're no longer disillusioned in this Moon. When we get to the King of Swords, I see you getting very clear. It's like the writing has been on the wall. You understand that you can't go back to the past, that you have to move forward. And it's for it's just because it's justice, right? It's bringing harmony. It's bringing balance, into your own environment, right? It's you choosing you, Taurus. And yeah, we see with the 4 of Wands, this could be a partnership for sure. We now have a 6 of Cups and a 4 of Wands, so this definitely could be a relationship that you're getting very clear messages about. Yeah, okay, so Knight of Cups and 10 of Swords. There's a painful ending. There is a painful ending. Now, the thing with the Knight of Cups, a lot of readers like to talk about the aspect of Knight of Cups where it's like somebody came in and gave you an offer. But I think that what this is you recognizing that there was somebody in your environment who was immature, who, it may be, and it could be anything. It really could be. It doesn't have to be a partnership, though it very well may be. But it could also be like even an employer, a boss, a coworker. It could be like your best friend, to be honest with you. It could be a parent or a child. It could be somebody very, very close to you. And, to be honest, you thought that this person was in it for the long haul. And then you do have the realization after you sort of weigh it out, right? You weighing out the system. You're weighing out the situation, and you've come to the conclusion that this thing is over with. Now, this may be through your choosing, or it may be the other person has chosen to end it. But whatever the situation is, it's become clear that the foundation of this relationship is over. It's done and it's over with. And so we see you kind of coming to terms with these sixes. There's this harmony, this balance that is, that's really coming to the forefront, Taurus. And we see you grappling with it. But I do see you, at the end of the day, coming into sort of a balance and an understanding about what needs to be done here in this situation. And so through this second week of November, this is a process. This is the energy that's availing itself for your review. Okay, so just keeping that in mind, it may not resonate in this way for every Taurus. It's just, a potential. All right. So we do see the Five of Cups, and again, another five, right? We had the Five of Pentacles attached to some old relationship or some old past situation that's come back, right, to your attention. And the Five of Cups, not only does it talk about disappointment, but it's really ruminating on it's like an old pattern. This isn't the first time that this has come up for you. It's like this recognition, or it's like almost this aha moment for you with this Ace of Swords and this King of Swords. It's like realizing that, okay, yeah, and especially because this Five of Cups is being illuminated by the sun. Four of Pentacles, Hierophant, Sun, and the Ace of Wands came out for this Five of Cups. So this is a pattern. This is you getting real clear about, Ace of Wands, about what it's going to take for you to begin over. Right? This is about letting go of old traditions, old structures, even a marriage. And this is old. I will say this is old. Six of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and the Moon. This is deep-seated. These are deep-seated patterns. These can be subconscious things. This is the way that we, these are people, situations, or circumstances that we keep attracting repeatedly over and over and over again, always leading us to the same outcome, right? And what's different is that now you're getting some kind of like illumination, some kind of clarity that's coming in and saying, if I keep doing what I've always done, then I'm going to get what I always got. So it's very clear to you now, like you've had enough life experience at this point to understand that, what doesn't work, right? What doesn't yield a result. And so with the Four of Pentacles, it's you having to make this decision about to walk away from these old patterns, from these old structures, from this old way of doing something, and to grab a hold of what is on offer, what the sun is, shining a light on, which is this new, sorry, I got a piece of my hair down here, this new opportunity. It's like this new inspiration, this new, And there's the key, right? This is like spirit coming in and gifting you with something, an illumination, a revelation. Clearly, there's a need to release the past. There's a need to release people and situations that just don't resonate with you anymore, and they're not bringing you happiness, and you may have held on to stuff for longer than its expiration, for longer than its intended shelf life, because change is uncomfortable, straight up. This also may be some limiting beliefs, as I had alluded to. Like, this could have been a belief in your mind. You would have said, well, for instance, I believe in the sanctity of marriage. Okay, like, let's use that as an example. I always believed that I only was to get married one time. And so you stayed in this relationship, come hell or high water, because those were vows that you took, and you took those vows seriously. But now it's like the universe is coming in to illuminate that belief structure for you. And it's saying, okay, is it more important for you to adhere to this old, outdated, outworn belief, or would it be more in your interest, right, to change that belief, to grab a hold of something new and different that would resonate better, that would yield a balanced and a fair opportunity for you, right? Like, this is the opportunity with the Knight of Cups. This is the clarity. And there is something that, again, with this Six of Swords and King of Swords, you're coming into like an evolved way of thinking about this old thing that sort of kept you longer than you needed to be kept in, right? The situation. It's gone on for long enough. You've lived enough life under the same continuing cycle, right? And that's what we see going on here. And in the final analysis, you have a Two of Pentacles, right? You have to decide what you want to bring into your physical reality. Like, you have to decide how you want your life to look. And so we had the Page of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Nine of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. And this just is like, it's a very destined thing. You've got fortune on your side. The wheel wants to turn. It's providing you with these two options, right? It's providing you with like some inspiration and the will to take action. It's also providing you with this Page of Cups, with this element of emotional well-being. And the choice that you need to make is whether you want to sort of allow fear to keep you in the old pattern, or to take a hold of this Wheel of Fortune, this fate and this destiny, while it's in front of you and you're being gifted with this chance, right? Like, the chances will come, and they come in cycles. They always do. And the choice is always whether we want to grab a hold of it. Now, I just want to throw this out. If you choose not to, this is not any shame or guilt assigned to this. We all have to decide when we feel ready to move, right? When we feel ready to move forward. There's not any like shame assigned to making the decision that you need more time. If you need more time and you're not ready to do it, the universe will come with another opportunity in the future. It's just that the energy is clearly saying that we're in Scorpio season right now, and all of time is right now. And now is the time that the universe is giving you this gift, right, to move forward in your journey, the Wheel of Fortune. It wants to support you in making these decisions to move forward if you choose. And what is at stake, of course, is your own Ten of Pentacles, clearly, because that is your repeating card. But you're savvy at this point. You do know, at the very least, you've identified, what, like I said, what you don't want. I think you're coming into an alignment with what you do want, and you really are at a critical place right now as we go into these eclipse seasons, right? We've got an eclipse coming up here um, in another 10 days. That's, it's coming, and we'll have eclipses coming after that for a few minutes. So yeah, this is about you really just making the decision to kind of take a leap of faith. I'm surprised we don't see the Fool. So anyway, that is the reading for this week, and let's get into the advice. So we did get the owl that came out. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. This is an encouragement, right? Just to, you know, to follow your own intuition. I mean, again, you know what it is that you want, and you know what it is that you're being challenged to let go of. And so, this is an encouragement to follow that. Believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. Yeah, it is. It's keeping your eyes open. Understanding that, this is all magic. I mean, what we create in our life, whether you consider it to be magical or not, it really is. It all is that creative spark, in that life is not just happening to us, we're actually creating it. And now, whether we're aware of that or not, okay, that's another story. But maybe part of the belief structure in this Hierophant is to start to expand on, like I said, those old traditions and those old beliefs, those old things and those old ways of being that have sort of kept you in the illusion, right? Maybe this is like you're at a really critical point, Taurus, where you're ready to evolve into this new belief that, hey, life is magical, and that I do have the power to change it. I do have the ability to author my own reality. And maybe this is the first time for you really really seeing it for the first time. If that's the case, welcome to the world of magic. From the wisdom of the oracle, we have time to go in yin. Yeah, time to go. It's time to move on. It's time to make some different decisions to get you to a different place. Time to let go of old beliefs, old patterns, old disappointments, old emotional cycles that no longer serve you. Time to bring in something that is going to illuminate your path forward, that's going to get you off of this hamster wheel. And yin, I love this card. This is card 2. So this is about, like, we don't always have to do things though, right? Like, this is about receiving guidance, like just allowing, through the course of our day to day, receiving that guidance, through our dreams, through our times of being quiet, going out into nature, right? Connecting with the earth, just allowing the elements to come to us, tapping into that inner voice, into that inner knowing, the still small voice inside of you that sort of gives you an idea, an intuitive hit, right? Which is kind of what this owl is. And just allowing it, just receiving it, waiting patiently, and for the wheel to turn, right? For the wheel to turn, as it always does. And as promised, we are going to read from this Yogic Path book, and you got Samadhi, which is like an amazing, let's see, in yoga, there are 8 stages of yoga, and you got Samadhi, which is an advanced state of meditation and absorption in the self. So here's what I would say at the outset. Again, this is really a time for you to get into this yin state, which Samadhi speaks of, and it is to get really, really quiet and to tune in with your inner guidance, you know that like intuitive hit that you have inside, that little voice that's telling you to stay or to go, and learning to trust in that. So here's what Samadhi says in the book. Have you noticed the signs of spiritual progress? Your daily practice has brought you to a place of stillness, and it is there where you experience samadhi, the joining of all aspects of your being, physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional. Excuse me. Samadhi is the deepest level of awareness when you experience supreme bliss, consciousness, and enlightenment. Your human consciousness has become one with cosmic consciousness, and your soul has realized that it is far more than a mind and body. Celebrate the reunion of your soul and spirit, for you are a microcosm of the macrocosm. Oh, that's beautiful. So Taurus, this is your reading. I do hope it helps somebody out there. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.